It was a celebration of hard work, diligence, dedication, and selfless service as family, friends, and associates gathered for the launch of the book, Journey in Leadership, an autobiography of Alhaji Tijani Borodo, the former company secretary of FBN Holdings PLC. Alhaji Tijani Borodo, a lawyer, corporate governance expert, and administrator, served meritoriously in Kano State, First Bank, and FBN Holdings, decided to write a book that will encapsulate his life experiences and lessons people can learn from it. In his opening remarks, Dr. Oba Otudeko, the chairman FBN Holdings, extolled the qualities of Alhaji Borodo, who he described as a towering figure in corporate Nigerian and the legal profession.
TJ was our company's trusted company secretary and an able counsel to me and the entire board. I saw firsthand different facets of his leadership qualities and had the benefit of his able support as I successfully piloted the board during the time he was with us. As we took on more responsibility, his leadership style became even clearer that he was a servant leader, and he demonstrated this excellently time and time again as we worked together over the last easily 20 years plus before his retirement. The fact that this book continues in this vein is therefore no surprise to me. With the proceeds of the sale of the book to Ajia Sefia Borodo Foundation to help and empower children most in need in our society. To our beloved Alhaji Tijani Borodo, a leader, a towering figure in corporate Nigeria and the legal profession, a man of many parts, I say congratulations on the successful book launch, and even more on a great piece of writing. Congratulations to you once again, Alhaji Tijani Borodo, a beautiful wife, and the lovely boys, the children. May God bless us all.
The book reviewer, Professor Fabian Ajogwu, SAN, the book presenter, Alhaji Adamu Muazu, former Governor of Bauchi State, current chairman of First Bank, Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika, gave their remarks.
A Journey in Leadership by Tijani Borodo, an accomplished lawyer, banker, and corporate governance expert, is indeed a masterpiece. The author meticulously approaches record keeping, and this approach takes root from his interactions with his father and opportunities to take on responsibilities in life. In chapters 3 and 4 of the book, the author's academic journey is giving a deeper dive, with exhortations for his former teachers and lecturers, namely Messrs. Gordon, Amankwa, Egokwe, Chokul, and others. The author's 1983 photo with his good wife, Hajia Larai Borodo, tells 1,000 tales about a man who remembers his early days and the wife of his youth. We now fully know the source of those endless smiles and joyful approach to life that the author has. One thing is clear from the photographs you find in the book. They were primarily about his family and friends. They were not about fame, power, connections, or glory. Chapters 6 and 7 take the reader into the author's entry into law practice and his experiences at Kano, through Port Harcourt and back. The chapters tell the story of this young man's growth from Bukuru Jos and share knowledge in various other aspects of life. The book shares the author's personal experience and thoughts on different subjects such as patriotism, history, culture, religion, friendship, and family. A Journey in Leadership outlines in details the various stages of Alhaji Tijani Borodo's development as a child, scholar, and legal profession of repute. The diverse chapters of the author's development are outlined in a smooth, systematic, simple, but comprehensive manner that engulfs the reader's attention. I'll pause here and share with you that I searched very hard for typos. I couldn't find. The book is well edited, well published, and in simple style. The book employs the author's reflection and story to paint a picture tale that provides a vivid account of Nigeria as a country in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I invite you to take a deep dive. If for anything, you will have moments of pause, reflection, and perhaps ask yourself, what happened?
Tijani, being a lawyer by training, by profession as well, started as a magistrate and ended up as a banker and corporate leader. For this good book you have written, I want to congratulate you and thank God for you and for your life.
The real testimony of who Alhaji Borodo is, that has resulted in being able to bring multiple generations of First Bank core people out for him in one event, is a testament to his goodness, his diligence, his dedication, and his ability to build bridges. I think Alhaji Borodo represents one of the most detribalized Nigerians. He is able to deal one-on-one with genuine empathy and love with every single person that is within his professional network and outside of it.
Highlight of the event was the formal book presentation by Alhaji Adamu Muazu.
In the name of the Almighty God, our Creator, the Creator of the universe and beyond, I wish with absolute humility, thanks and gratitude to present to the public and this audience and to the general public and mankind this book, A Journey in Leadership, authored by Tijani Muhammad Borodo. Yeah.
Family members and key guests at the event gave their views about the author and the essence of leadership and ethics in Nigeria.
He's one man that you love to work with. It's a people man. It's somebody that loves doing things right and doing the right things. And that is why I'm not surprised about what has been said to him today and the area of very eminent people who have been at this event today. Alhaji Borodo is somebody that doesn't underestimate or overlook anybody. He's a thorough man, and I have learned so much from him. He has supported me tremendously in my sojourn in the Institute, so there's no way I will not come in here to felicitate with him on this kind of occasion.
Tijani Borodo and I have been childhood friends, and we went to university. While he read law, I read engineering, and our lives have kept on crossing, and we've been part of one another. Throughout our relationship, we've been very steady, calm, and supportive of one another. It is indeed a great pleasure that God has preserved our lives collectively, that we are here today to launch his book, Journey to Leadership. Indeed, his life is that full of inspiration. He started as a banker, as a magistrate, as a lawyer. Then from there he transited into banking and into corporate governance, for which this has been testified by all that have spoken. They've spoken well of his exemplary leadership, of his excellent leadership in terms of being detribalized, a person that has patience, that uses effectively his 2 ears, God-given, and his mouth sparingly. It is a very good story of a successful life.
All the things that have been said about him this morning at the launch were obviously things that started from his childhood. His training with his father on integrity, his faith, and his desire to make a success of his life. These are the values, core values, we install in the Institute of Directors. I have no doubt that our second vice president, and eventually when he becomes president of the Institute, he would establish these values even much more. In terms of leadership, the values which have been inculcated in Alhaji Borodo throughout his life, through his parents, have helped him tremendously. You heard the very sterling qualities and commendations from his bosses at First Bank, from the emeritus chairman to even the present chairman of the bank. And they have all recognized the fact that he's been the proper link between the old and the new. Alhaji Borodo, for me personally, apart from being a very a wonderful brother, he is a very good friend.
As you know, many people have the desire to do this, to write their autobiography. It's not easy to chronicle your life journey. Many people have that, but it takes a lot of discipline and dedication to have it done. So we are really proud of him for what he has done. His life and times, you know, Alhaji Borodo has served as a company secretary, Nigeria's foremost bank, a bank that is more than a century and a quarter and going, and he contributed a lot, you know, in the genesis of the organization, even leaving it to become the company secretary of the holding company. So it takes a lot of dedication, burning of the midnight oil for one to be able to achieve that.
What he has succeeded in doing is to somehow bring out the kind of trade that we go through in the Borodo family. And he was able to remember very well and did all the proper record keeping and getting the data right, and he has been able to portray it. So we're very happy for what he has done. We are proud of him, and at least he has exposed clearly the kind of training all his siblings went through, especially on the issue of integrity, on the issue of constant belief that they are a Muslim. And there are some responsibilities on you that you must do for yourself and the society and the family. And then in the long run, holding on to your prayers and always praying to God to make things better for you and the society and the family.
Almost every single morning, after prayers in the morning, he would literally reiterate all these things to us every single morning. And over the years, it sticks to your head that you begin to tell your friends, and your friends tell their friends, and you know, it becomes a principle that you live by throughout your life. And that's what my dad and, you know, what his dad, like, you know, that's what he gave him, like as a gift, you know. That's the gift that he gave him, and he's passed this gift on to all his children, and his children in turn are passing it on to other people.
My husband is one in a million. He's a good man, he's a loving man, he's a kind man. And he took care of anyone that comes around him. The book means a lot to us as a family because going back memory lane, it talks so much about what we've been through, what we are as a family.
By my upbringing, but what I went through, I just felt I needed to put things in writing and document them. Number one, because of posterity. Number two, because of the family I come out of. We're a very, very large family. You get what I'm saying? And I thought if I put something down for my siblings to be able to look at, that could show them where we are coming from, what we are, and what the mantle we are handing over for them to take over. And my corporate life has turned out to be something that I didn't plan in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's been so engaging, so interesting for me that I couldn't have written that book without my corporate life. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bit and pieces people are saying, talking about leadership and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think the book is a good read for people who just want to learn the story about somebody by my background, where I got to. And I believe for every book you read, there's something you can gain out of it.
A major takeaway from the book launch, Journey in Leadership, is the mantra of Alhaji Tijani Borodo, which should serve as a guide for Nigerians: integrity, hard work, and faith in God. These three form the bedrock of enduring leadership.